Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. I'm an online business coach, leader, mentor, and your business bestie. I specialize in helping entrepreneurs get to 6 and 7 figures really quickly. Even if you have a full-time job, you can still do this. Today's episode is going to be all about the 4 ways that I personally got to 6 figures while working a full-time job and then duplicated that to 7 figures, and what I think you can do, 4 simple things to make money in less time. So number 1 is, I really feel like if you're a coach, there has to be no more single offer one-to-one. Okay, I'm not telling you not to do one-on-one features. So if you are a brand new coach looking to scale fast and get to those 5 to 10K months, or you're somebody already at 10K months looking to go past that, you can no longer have a single one-to-one offer. You're gonna have to learn to mesh the features of one-on-one, group, curriculum. I always say there's 3 C's there with a very good signature offer if you wanna scale and make a lot of money really quickly: community, coaching, and curriculum. Those 3 things married together are the best of both worlds. I figured this out, unfortunately, after I had 28 one-on-one clients and I was literally pulling all of my hair out. I had no white space on my calendar. I was even having to take calls on a Saturday because, remember, go back to, I was working a full-time job. I was there 7:30 to 4 every day. And now the system that I developed, if you can give me 5 to 6 hours of your time a week, come on, cut out the Netflix, cut out the reality TV. I was watching so much reality TV, but unfortunately, they weren't inviting me to be on their show and get paid. So I had to say, you know what, that reality TV can come back later. I gotta pour an hour a day instead of Netflix and chill. I need to be building up my bank account. So I developed this strategy with no more single offer one-to-one and meshed it together with curriculum, community, and other coaching features, okay? Number 2 is womp, womp, womp. No more discovery or sales calls. And first of all, I just recorded a podcast about this. If you don't follow me over on Apple or Spotify, we're on all the major podcast networks and or on Instagram. You might not have seen this, but the thing about no more discovery calls is I'm not telling you at a certain point in your business that they're worthless. I'm not telling you that, like, in the beginning of building a business, yes, I think you should do a few discovery calls, get your feet wet, understand how to sell, understand how to communicate back and forth. Discovery calls did teach me a lot in the beginning. There's just a certain point, girlfriend, you don't need them anymore. Like, after you've done 10 or 15, I'm usually telling my clients, like, let's move away from that. Let's sell in a better way. And I'll be honest, your ideal client wants simple, easy, on demand. They don't want to be bothered with a phone call half the time anyway. So this is something you're gonna have to open your mind to. If you're working full time, you have limited time, or you're making really good money, 10 to 15K and above, and you're still kind of the employee of the business. You're still running the show. You're doing all the coaching, you're doing all the selling, you're doing all the everything, right? I did have 1 VA till I hit 50K months, and then we expanded to a team of 8. I hired way too late, so don't be like me and hire way too late. But the one-to-one discovery calls, I mean, think about it. If you have 2 hours a day to do your business and you already have some coaching clients, or you foresee getting some coaching clients, then on top of that, you're a content creator, you're developing reels, you're maybe recording podcasts, you're doing a blog, and then on top of that, you're supposed to do discovery calls. What kind of sense does that make long-term in a business? It doesn't. I feel like strongly I'm gonna stay with my guns on this. After you've done a few discovery calls and you've got the skill of selling, discovery calls are so 2019. Let's move past them. Go to a more simplified way of selling, just in the DM. Most people want that anyway. And if anything, bonus tip, just ask the potential client, hey, what do you prefer? Do you want to get on the phone, have a little quick chat, or would you like to chat here in the DM? Gonna guarantee they're gonna say, oh, right here is fine. So save your time, save your life, and just offer it up. Which one do they want? And for the love of God and all coaches, please do not use the word discovery call or sales call to your ideal clients. That's a rookie mistake, okay? So don't ever put that on a website. Don't ever put that on a landing page. Don't ever put that as a call to action. book a free discovery call. I feel like that is so old school as well. I'm always going to tell the real and honest truth. I always say I'm not rude, I'm just real. It's 2022. People don't want to discover something on a phone call. They want to know the real honest truth. What are you going to do for me? How much does this cost? And how can I get started? So don't use discovery call language. That is a business term that should be used behind the scenes. Okay, so let's move on to number 3. You have to have a system and an offer. And this is why, going back to tip number 1, I call it a hybrid evergreen. That's what I coined it. It means it's a hybrid mix of all the different types of coaching, like the curriculum, the community, and the actual coaching, which can be one-on-one and group. And evergreen means it's just always working for you all the time. This allows you to stack your revenue, okay? When you do launches, I'm the queen of like no launches. I never launched anything. After I opened my business, I never launched again. That's what my clients do as well. And that's why they're making a lot of money, the top in the industry, because they don't launch. They have consistent marketing and promotion to fill one signature offer that's a hybrid married of all the different features of coaching. So that's my third tip for you, is stacking revenue and recurring revenue. You need to be able to sell new clients, but you also need to have one signature offer that retains older clients and gets them results, okay? It gives them a good client experience. They're getting results working with you. They feel supported and they stick around because they want long-term coaching. But while you're plugging in new people into that system the whole time as well, that is what I like to say revenue snowballing or revenue stacking. So a couple more things about this is, session models, they do sound great. And I get people coming to me all the time, like doing bundles and sessions, and, I'll do a 30-day intensive, or I've got a 6-week program. And you gotta look at yourself as a coach. Like, if you're in the nutrition industry, if you're in the fitness space, if you're a business coach, for sure, mindset, life, like no change, true change is going to happen in 6 weeks. Sure, they can get a jump start, but you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting them in the foot. It's not doing anyone any good by selling sessions or 6 or 8 week bundles or 6 or 8 week linked programs. They're not even going to be able to master all the things that you're going to teach them, and they're not going to learn how to maintain that in that amount of time. So it just does not make sense. And it also doesn't make sense for revenue stacking, because if you're only selling sessions, what are they going to do? Buy some sessions, get a little result, not pay you ever again, or they're going to come back later, say, hey, girlfriend, I want some more of those sessions. So then they do sessions again, and it's like up, down, open, revolving door. That's never going to be good if you want to make consistent, reliable money every month. I figured this out a long time ago. One signature offer, one way to sell, really staying with that long term, making sure that I had a way for people to get started with me every single month. Don't worry about getting overwhelmed. I know what you're already thinking. Oh my God, how would I work with that many clients? I promise you, in the system I'm talking about, you can take as many clients as you want. You can hire people to do things that don't require you. Please do not worry, because you can make massive amounts of money and impact, and you will not lose the quality of your client experience. I can promise you that. So if we can bring in new, keep around old, get really great results, you're going to be able to stack revenue. If we can move away from launches, have an always open evergreen system with a very good promotional schedule that runs for a plan every month for 12 months, you're going to revenue snowball. Okay. Think about it. Retention, new, plus something that's always enrolling and manageable for you. Great experience for the clients. It's a win-win. Why would you ever want to launch again? Launches do nothing but whoop, big income, and then boom, down. And then we have a whole nother 2-3 months, bam, again, and then down. Or maybe you are like so many people I talk to in the coaching space that actually have a failed launch. Oh, I put out this amazing group program and I got 3 people in it. I wouldn't call that a failure. I would say you could impact 3 people's lives, but to you, it's probably like the hype of the launch. And then, oh, womp, 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 I got 3 people. So that can be really disheartening. I totally understand. And getting rid of launches helps you get rid of that emotion too. That up and down, always being let down. It's like someone burst your bubble, So if we do it like this, you're going to retain clients, you're going to make more money long term, and they're going to love the experience, and they're going to also learn to keep the results. Whatever sort of coach you are, they're going to be able to keep those results long term because you've stuck with them a long enough time. They've stuck with you a long enough time. So we're moving away from sessions, etc. Number 4 is to strategically outsource. Now, this helped me make money in less time. And the biggest thing I can tell you is, and I've done other like videos, podcasts, etc. about this. I also have some of my free guides that talk about how I built my dream team. I personally chose to keep my profit high in my business. So I had one VA till I made 50K months. I was working full time till I made 30K months. Then I quit my job. I freed up several hours of my day. I took on a lot of tasks. She had her tasks. And in the beginning, I hired her when I was making 5K a month. So that's usually where I say, if you're a new coach, get yourself to 3 to 5K and hire one VA that's willing to take on project by project and grow with you. I flat out had a conversation with my VA, like, girl, I'm going somewhere, okay? I had no idea when I was making 5K months that I was going to be a 7-figure earner in a few short years, but I told her I was going to, and she's still on my team today. So she was with me from those 5K months to 50K months, and then we started expanding. I feel like you need to hire strategically. I think in the beginning, it's really good to hire somebody that has a lot of skills, someone that can write, someone that can design, someone that can organize. So finding a very good virtual assistant, in my opinion, I feel like a good VA should be your first hire when you're looking to build a dream team. From there, I think what's most important is considering what you need that most help with, what you want to get rid of, what you no longer have time for. There are a couple things that I think all coaches should remain involved in. And I will tell you, this has been the downfall of a lot of coaches in my industry, is pulling themselves out of the coaching. That's one thing I would personally never do. Now, I do have client support specialists. I do have experts in my program, writing experts. Now I have, my mindset coach that's in there full time. But when I first started, I took care of all of it until I decided I wanted to give up certain aspects to service providers, okay? But one thing I will never give up is my coaching. I feel like that's where your program starts to get watered down. That's where your framework is no longer being represented appropriately. If you start pulling in students to do your coaching work, you're gonna end up devaluing the client experience. And so I feel like that's one thing you probably should never really outsource. Like I said, you can have client support, you can have other experts. Keep the business strategy or the nutrition strategy or the life strategy to your coaching. Scale your business and hire people in other ways. I feel like you can pretty much get rid of anything outside of coaching. So you gotta make your own decision on that, but building your dream team can look like a VA in the beginning. Then, okay, we're getting our time back. Maybe we quit our job like I did. Okay, then for me, I took on those tasks. Me and the VA worked till 50K months. Then I hired a social media manager. So looking at like, what do you enjoy, right? Like you enjoy content creation, but doesn't mean you have to do it. No, I hear so many times, well, I love designing things. Yes, you do, girl, but you can get somebody for $25 an hour to design things. So you can go do the $1,000 an hour tasks. Just because you enjoy something, you like it, it doesn't mean that if you want to make a lot of money, and that's what this video is about, it doesn't mean you have to continuously do it, right? So giving up those tasks that even though you enjoy them, it's not really what's bringing in the dough, okay? So those are my 4 tips. Let's just recap really quickly in case you didn't take notes. So number 1 was no more one-to-one coaching as a single offer. Really work on having a hybrid offer, mesh your coaching models. Number 2, no more discovery calls, at least not full-time. Figure out a different way. We're not spamming links. We're not doing anything cheesy car salesman, but selling in the DM, building relationships in the DM is going to make you a lot of money in less time. Third thing is stacking revenue and recurring revenue. Bringing in the new, keeping around the old, getting the clients a great experience, having the mesh of that model. And then number 4 is strategically outsourcing, hiring in phases, building a dream team. So those are the 4 things that help me make money in less time, help my clients make money in less time, and will help you make money in less time. So I will definitely see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you get all my notifications, and follow me on Instagram. See you in the next video.